Hi guys, this is Emnel, and we are back playing EU4 as Mamluks. So, a few things. First of all, there's a bloody hailstorm outside, on and off, and so if you think hear banging on the window, that's it. But, well, I tried to wait it out, but it's really late, so if I were to continue waiting, I wouldn't be able to record this one. Hopefully it subsides a little bit. Now, I also have a few good and one bad news. So bad news is that, as I feared, actually, revoking this, as you can see here, will not lower the influence, which I assume means that I will have to revoke, several provinces for them to go down, or I could potentially just lower the development here, if I were so inclined, but I'd rather not. So that's a bad news. Good news is that my my plan with Venice worked like a bloody charm. And as you can see here, Venice already embraced Renaissance. And since we are friendly at plus 50, I believe we are getting shitloads of, maybe not here, but for example here in the better developed provinces, we are getting a lot. So that's very nice. That should help. We'll be probably getting Renaissance before, sizable parts of Europe. About the time, probably faster. France will get it faster, but oh well. So there's that, and to that end, I think what we are going to do, we are going to wait with the drill till the end of the year, because then there is there are both ticks for army professionalism and for skill increase chance, and then we will turn it off and get our get almost 7 gold per month in terms of savings, while being at 20 already, which I guess is our first goal. And we will use that money to get advancement efforts to spread it a bit faster. As you can see here, advancement efforts, and what else? How about this? How fast is it? 0.5, 0.6. Okay, this is a good one. Alright, this is the one where we are encouraging development, so we cannot change it quite yet. Let's actually get the map of the bloody regions. Alright, so we could get this one. This should be fairly cheap, so let's get it. And here it's 0.7, but it's not only we are. So if we were to change it here, we would lose that additional trade power. A bit expensive. Okay, and that's for just a single province. Being said, this province is close to other pretty good provinces, so it would spread a bit faster. Yeah, okay, let's go for it. We're going to go all advancement effort. Actually, we can do that here as well, so let's do it. That's not going to be that expensive. We'll run a deficit, I'm afraid, for a little while, considering that it will hurt our trade income, but there we go. Someone wants to get a condottieries. Don't think we care enough. Just 4 years to this disaster. Okay, as far as our Diplomats. I think we will improve relations with Medina, and I think we'll stick to Medina to focus on getting. We basically want to get to the position where we can start annexing them if we choose to. I'm not sure we will, but it's an option. What a mess. What a mess. Timurid Empire. I wonder if like Persia will spawn somewhere here. Now we have Afghanistan, but I think they start here. Okay, let's see. Afghan separatists. Okay, so Afghanistan is about to get a bit Kashmiri separatists. How about here? Noble rebels, Shia zealots, Yazidi separatists. What a mess. Let's see. And wow, that's a pretty impressive victory here. Let's look through the wars, by the way. So Ottomans are still fighting this war here. And they pieced out Teodoro. Interesting. France is not fighting, Castile is not fighting. Portugal is helping England with, well, I guess Burgundy and rest of the countries, and expectantly it's losing. Poland is apparently eating Teutonic Order as Doctor ordered, and it's okay, it's just a slaughter of the Teutonic Order. Fair enough. They are doing great. Hard to tell how Muscovy is doing. Podolia is nowhere influenced by them. Livonian Order is allied on you with Riga. Riga is okay, so they are like next on the chopping block for the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Once they get actually, not sure if they will be able to get. Okay. If Poland takes this, they will be able to start eating Livonian Order. So yeah, Commonwealth will be a problem at some point. Not quite sure why those. Okay, debate on the philosophy of Ibn Arabi. So we were supposed to go legalism, right? Yes, we are. Oh, now. So I thought about ideas, and so a few options are economy. I don't think it's worth it. Like just overall, it's not a terribly good idea. It's a little bit of everything, but we're not planning on developing a lot, and definitely, well, if we are going to develop, it's in the next 42 years, for the reasons I'll explain. Now, expansion, we may go expansion. It's a very good idea for where we are, but it's probably a second or third administrative idea, so not quite yet. Administrative ideas would be a great choice normally, but as you can see, 3 of those are regarding mercenaries. The core creation cost deduction is always great, but since we decided to try to play without mercenaries as a sort of a challenge and a test of the new mechanics, we will stay clear of admin ideas. We will try to see if we can how we can handle the game, just trying to max out the professionalism and use the professional army. So, but it's tempting for a few reasons, of course. Well, for this reason, for the fact that we would get cheaper admin tech, which is always nice. So both are basically savings for the admin tech. And thirdly, additional 5 states. And since we are in a bit of an awkward situation where we are nowhere near becoming an empire, so getting additional states, nowhere near getting enough tech to get additional states, while having an ability to conquer a lot of territories around. And this territory is, I don't think it has been thought through properly, because the regions here are pretty obnoxious. Like those 3 provinces, they have like probably 6 development total or something like that. Same goes for here. There's a lot of shitty regions that are kind of useless, but you kind of want to conquer them. Oh, and if you are not sure what I'm talking about states and territories, this is a territory. As you can see, we cannot go lower than 75 autonomy, and as you can see, that produces some hefty penalties. Local trade power by minus 37.5, production efficiency by 75. You see, tax by 3/4 basically. Everything, almost everything goes down by 3/4. On top of that, you cannot give them to their states, and yeah, overall bad time. And so it's problematic that we are already, I think we have like 3 or 4 territories that we could have turned into states, but we don't have enough as well. Which I guess makes sense historically, because well, it was difficult to control such a big country in 1400s, but yeah, a problem nonetheless. Right. So still, we are not going to take administrative, even though they are tempting. Now, humanists are good for, well, few reasons. First of all, idea cost minus 10% is an overall very good bonus, especially for your first idea. Demi monthly loyalty is okay, but we don't have many infidels as of yet, so and well, we won't have for a while. So that's not quite not that important. Religious unity is okay, but and national honors, this is overall good stuff. But for now, we are in a situation where we don't really need that quite yet. So that's possibly for the second idea group. So promoted cultures, we already start with a lot of them. So it's a lot of doubling down on the things that we have. And for that reason, the same goes for religious. Like, it's similar stuff. I probably would go for humanities over religious in our case, though. But yeah. So we are going to go with innovative. I never do that, but I don't find this all that good most of the time. But prestige decay is nice. Basically, it's if we look at prestige, base prestige decay is 5%. Per year, right? We already, since we are a great power, we get minus 1% out of that, and that would be another minus 1%, which is, so the decay, it's lowered by actually 20%, if we are talking about decay, but, paradox math. So this is actually quite a good thing. It will be much easier for us to keep prestige high, and prestige gives us really good things. As you can see here, global trade power, moral armies, all that good stuff. This we don't care, mercenary maintenance, because we are trying not to. Technology cost, which is of course great. Institution embracement cost, also great. Well, will save a lot of money. Possible advisors, useful stuff. Inflation reduction cost, useless. Like, that's just, you would have to reduce inflation like quadrillion times for it to be worth it. This is great, because this allows you to reduce your war exhaustion while at war. This is amazing. One of the best things everywhere here. Additionally, leader without upkeep, it's okay. But what's interesting is advisor cost minus 25%. Normally it's not all that amazing, but with new and improved advisor systems, where we can promote our advisors. And so this is advisor level 3, this is advisor level 1. So we could promote this guy to level 4. To level 2, then to level 3. And of course his costs will go up, but with minus 25, perhaps we will be able to get quite a lot of this new system. So we are going to, as I said, pick innovative. There we go. And there are quite good edicts with that, but we'll discuss that at some point later. Okay, right. I think we are by now. Oh, seriously? Okay. Alright, so you guys aren't drilling. This drill will go away, of course, but we are not planning on fighting too many wars anytime soon, I don't think. So we should be alright. Well. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's problematic. 6, 4, 6. Yeah, that is problematic. Yeah, let's take a look at. So Ottomans, well, of course, higher morale because of that. But how is the 10,000 cav things? Okay, so we actually have a bigger army than them. Their force limit is about the same. We would be fighting a defensive war. I think it's doable, and they don't have much in terms of allies. They don't. Alright, so I think we are sort of safe. That being said, okay, so apparently it's actually grew our army professionalism. Yes, and so may build supply depots. What the hell does that mean, I wonder? And it's bound to be somewhere here, right? C3, blah blah blah. Okay, that's city. Oh yeah, there it is. Build a supply depot. Building a supply depot will cost 20 military points and gives the following effect: for all friendly armies in the area. So that's just like for the whole region area. State. Okay, yeah. Plus 50 supply units, all for just to friendly. I wonder if you can do it like in your allied territory. Let's see. Ask for military access. You cannot. You can only be controlled by you, your subjects, overlord, or war allies. Okay, so we can actually do it while at war. So it would be operational for just 2 years, or until an enemy occupies or takes the province. Okay, so we can you can basically make a forward base. So you, for example, let's take a look. Yes, we walk into this province, assuming there was a fort here, which there isn't. You can see there's supply limit at war would be around 10 to 20 around here, mostly around 10 for us. So we basically built a supply depot in the first province here, and we get plus 50% around there, and we are getting lower attrition out of it. So that should be quite interesting. And now we can march back. So I basically just on pause. It's 18 minutes. Well, I guess there was 1 year that ticked through. So. Sorry about that, but yeah, there was quite a lot to talk about. And soon we'll have to deal with this nonsense. Okay, so our guy is careful. That's okay. They have embraced. Okay, they weren't feudal yet. Okay, interesting. Speaking of 33 Renaissance, 27 leaders without upkeep, 32. Okay, urban planning in Cairo. We move 10%, 10 points towards legalism, and okay, now we get local development minus 10%. Sure. I wish that's kind of ticked earlier. Actually. I had the same event around the same time in my test game, so I assume it kind of shows up around this time. So I guess you are probably better off waiting. I've done the same thing previously, which is I developed it to 30 before it showed up. So it's probably better to wait for it. Later, I guess, check in the files, but it seems like it's timed event. or perhaps it fires after you develop it at least once. I don't know. Still in that war, and what I wanted to check is, so they are, we will be getting Renaissance around the same time as Ottomans, which is nice. So speaking of institution, next institution is colonialism, which is going to spawn around 1500s, right? Yeah, let's get Diplotech. Cheaper to lower inflation anyway. Alright, I was supposed to okay, let's wait for the January. Okay, it hasn't ticked. I wonder if you can basically cheat this by only turning, because I've seen it tick by at the beginning of the year, I think, unless I'm mistaken. Let's wait. Last time it showed up around March, I think, or April. No, actually it ticks every month. But I'm pretty sure this tick, the army, the general one, is yearly, every January, because I had it. The only time it showed up for me was right after I turned it on. So like a few days I turned it on in like December of the first year, and it ticked. So all right, let's turn it off and save some money. Do some urban development, or rather, let's start with some bugs. Renew influence nation. No, we don't care. No. Let's build marketplace here. Why is it so cheap? Architectural visionary and talented cutie. Okay. Is this yeah, alright, there was like an event for this province, I guess. That wants to look for it now. Basically, of course, you want to do it in centers of trade. Problem is that, well, Venice got Cyprus rather than us, but there are like that. It's to be expected, as I mentioned in the first episode, when you basically stop. Wait, what? What siege? Oh, Jesus. So they basically crossed here. Alright, it's expected that they will take it, but it's, in my opinion, more beneficial to get Renaissance this way than get a little bit more of trade power around the not a big issue. Also, I think they will be pulling this way, right? They are actually not. They don't own a trader here, which is alright. Move forward. Yes, they don't have a merchant. Has a merchant here. Okay. Forward. Which way are they transferring? I didn't see it. Well, never mind. Rebel successful. You guys, back the fuck off. Boost time maintenance. Okay, let's see. Since we have cheaper things around here, and this is a fairly developed province. We have what, place for 4 buildings here. It is owned by whom? By no one at the moment. we could either get some more trade power here or perhaps more taxation. Let's actually get building menu. 16 is a decent income change. That's not half of what we would get by doing that in our capital. How about this? Ahmad Rashid, and that's what, a third biggest, although not sure if we should at all. Yeah, we'll think about that in a sec. How far are we? In the disaster? Okay, halfway through, so okay, time to think about it. Alright, so there's another thing. So since we do have that maximum bonus from development, it is here, minus 10% development bonus. What we could also do is think about colonialism. So colonialism is going to spawn in a port province of development at least 12 around 1500. Right. Problem is that for you to spawn colonialism, you have to take this quest for the new world. So we could gamble for colonialism by taking our next idea group exploration, going just for the quest of the new world. Perhaps, going to getting a colony here. And if we manage to do it before 1500, and at the same time we develop provinces to plus 10, to at least 12, several, we have a decent chance of actually getting spawning colonialism instead of Portugal or Castile. I believe there isn't an actual other trigger like having to find America or something, and I'm not actually sure if the higher the development the better, but I will look into it. But we could potentially do some development in those provinces around the coast, and this way have a higher chance of spawning colonialism later on. So, but I think we will think about this later. But yeah, that's so what we want is to remove some provinces from the merchants, which is painful. So let's see. It will not lower their influence, as you can see here. Let's see. Still not lower the influence. Okay, this is problematic. What is this? So this is 5. Will this lower the influence by 0.4? Okay, so Jesus. Okay, this is going to be enough. Okay, so apparently it's 26% beyond 26% of controlled land, they are not getting more influence out of it, apparently, for some reason. It's a bit weird. And for this 26%, they are getting 40% of influence, which is bizarre. I will have to read into it. I thought I understood this, but apparently I don't. And we are going to remove this one too. Alright. Sad day. But yeah, there's no longer a disaster ticking. And we need to deal with... Okay, apparently they went away. And army maintenance. We don't have any rebels, right? Right, Apparently we do, but I assume that as soon as we take it back, it will disappear. Yes, well, let's move out of here though, because we don't want to get stuck wiped by a random group. Okay, so we can promote Circassian government, which will allow us to lower power costs for a full year. Because of course, and it will continue to tick up to 150. We are at 108, so we can save it up for a few years. On top of that, our Sultan actually doesn't die till we pick an event of succession, so we can actually do it the moment he dies, so that there is no risk of actually losing it. We can wait till we have some leveling to do. This is how many years? 6 years ahead of time. Well, we'll see. Probably want to kind of save up 120,000. Okay, if we pick that's minus 5%. Alright, we already have cheaper ideas because of this influx of Moors, right? So that's so we would be able to pick three innovative ideas, get minus 10% tech cost, and then level up both of those using that minus 5% in a few years. So yeah, let's try doing that. That being said, we'll hold on with the whole annexing Medina quite yet. They're disloyal, huh? How are we doing on, Okay, we are counteracting that. So this whole event is, as you can see, is +9, so it's ticking down 1% per year, I imagine, and we are improving relations. So yeah, they should be loyal in no time. And we're doing that urban development thing. And they should be loyal any day now. Or any year now. Okay, now they are loyal. Good, that's well. Look at the money we are getting. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. It's nice, but it's perhaps the first time I see this event, actually. It's weird. I wonder if it's a new one or, I just never had a chance. But, yeah, so we cannot really afford another 10% for merchant guild, sorry about that. Oh. That's just bad. Oh man, that's just painful. Okay, but they will lose 10% loyalty, they will, 10% influence and 15 loyalty. 15 loyalty will get them under 50, but then we can give them back some of the territory we stole from them, Jesus. Estates are a mess, and those events aren't helping. Local unrest +4, but I imagine most of those provinces have way over -4 unrest, so yeah. Oh. I didn't see the bit about Amirs getting influence out of it. I thought merchants were losing. Was there that? I'm pretty sure there were only 2 interactions with influence and loyalty. Okay, this is weird. Maybe I just need to go to bed. Let's see. Diet, Mamluk Amirs. Was that Mamluk Amirs? No, but because that's doesn't have a time. Okay. I think I know what. So development cost went up for those provinces, which I imagine changed their development cost. a little bit, and that pushed Amirs over the edge. Or I don't know, it's just weird. Because they didn't get the direct bonus here, like from the event. All of that is there's only one bonus on the timer. Well, anyway, let's give back that territory that we've taken away. Which was it? I believe that was this one. If we give it to the merchants, that will increase the loyalty by 3.5. And how about this? Okay, that's better. Alright, let's see if we will have some actual unrest. Yeah, well, this disaster will take for longer than this keeps on. Has it changed? No, it's not. Weird. Anyway, or perhaps there was just an event that at this. Yeah, okay, that's probably it. There probably was an event that just went away at the same, like at the exact same time. That one has taken effect because they are on the 5-year timer, so that would make sense. Yes, let's get a marriage. Well, actually, you can probably just give it to you, give it back to you. Just the yeah, right. It wants to increase your influence, of course. There you go. Okay, very good. Well, it would be nice to cancel this prestige decay. Oh, let's just take it without this another 5%. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's think what are we going to do in the next episode. Ottomans, what are you up to? Nothing. So that's not good. Hungary, you're at war with Wallachia, Bohemia, and Silesia, which doesn't seem like a very difficult war, especially with Austria on your side. Poland, you have not eaten all of this, but you are close. Oh! Okay, it looked like Danzig was taken by Poland, somehow weirdly, but that's actually Denmark, which makes formation of Commonwealth impossible, unless they take it back. Huh. Are they allied with Denmark? They are not. So huh. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Denmark is still controlling Sweden and Norway. Yes, they are. Somehow. Probably not for long. Huh, well, interesting stuff. Alright, so as for our other conquests, I think we will just try to gobble up this, more or less. I think some of the territories here have increased coring costs. I'm not sure. I will look through it. Maybe not yet. No, I think that I'm mistaking somewhere lower in the African territories. But our goal is to basically push southwards. Here I'll basically take this because well, we cannot really take trade from here because it only flows southwards, sadly, around the Cape and Ivory Coast and so on. So we are mostly interested in taking this whole bit and then going towards India, slowly but surely. So we are going to try to expand in this general direction. Now, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Good night.